KSEE 24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
Good morning, I'm forecaster Kaylee Hunt. We are looking at mostly clear conditions. Warm conditions. We're already in the 80s across the valley. 80 degrees currently for Fresno and Hanford, 81 for Madera, 83 already for Merced. Very sunny conditions. Dew point at 44, and our wind speed is at 5 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the day planner. 85 by lunchtime, 2 p.m. 92, and then we will be at our forecast high of 94 by 4 p.m. KSEE 24 News Midday starts now.
That matters. This is KSEE 24 News Midday.
Ahead on Midday, one person is dead after mobile homes went up in flames late Thursday night in Fresno.
And Clovis Unified has their plan for kids in the classrooms this fall. Details coming up. For Midday, I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for joining us. Developing this midday, one person is dead and another hospitalized after a fire at a mobile home park in north central Fresno. Firefighters were called to the area of Sierra and Blackstone around 11 last night. 2 mobile homes went up in flames and both eventually collapsed. Firefighters say there was some sort of an explosion heard. One person died at the scene, but officials did not release a cause. Another person was taken to the hospital with minor burns. The fire is still under investigation.
A raging fire destroyed a commercial building in central Fresno this morning. Flames near Fresno Street just after 3 o'clock. There was an explosion and the roof collapsed.
We had a significant explosion occur that caused a blast out the north side of the building and the south side of the building. We actually had a mayday call that occurred. We had a firefighter knocked over from the blast. Luckily, he was okay.
8 offices in the building are destroyed. Investigators are working to determine a cause. A Fresno man is in jail accused of killing his mother.
Investigators say the man called police himself. They say he surrendered when officers arrived at the apartment near Garland and Cedar last night. Police say the woman was in her 70s and had been stabbed. Detectives don't know why she was killed. Police say the man lived at the apartment, but officers don't think he was currently living with his mother. President Biden continues his road tour today. He's stopping in Philadelphia to try and sell his $4 trillion spending plan.
NBC's Tracy Potts reports the president is using one of his favorite ways to travel to push infrastructure.
Later today in Philadelphia, President Biden marks Amtrak's 50th anniversary. He got the name Amtrak Joe, spending decades on the train between Washington and Delaware. His jobs plan would provide $80 million to upgrade transit.
There's certain things only the government can do. We rank number 8 in the world in terms of infrastructure, for God's sake. I mean, is the private sector going to go out and build billions of dollars worth of highways, ports, airports, bridges? Are they going to do that?
That plus his family's plan will cost taxpayers $4 trillion. But Capitol Hill is sharply divided over the plans and the cost.
A blueprint for giving Washington even more money and even more power to micromanage American families.
Today's speech in Philadelphia also aims to push Congress to act on police reform in the next month.
We can't rest. We have a lot more to do.
Biden for now leaving negotiations in the hands of lawmakers. Biden today also expected to tout his coronavirus. It's time to get kids back in the classroom.
Based on the science and the CDC, they should probably all be open. There's not overwhelming evidence that, in fact, there's, in K through 12, that there's much of a transmission among these people, young people.
200 million vaccinations so far, with New York, the nation's largest city, set to fully reopen July 1st. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
The Clovis Unified School District plans to return to a normal schedule for all schools beginning in the fall.
The plan is to welcome students back for full in-person learning 5 days a week for all grade levels, including special education programs. COVID safety measures such as social distancing and the use of face masks will still be in place. The hybrid learning model will come to an end. For parents still interested in an online option, the district is recommending enrolling their children in the Clovis Online School. Much of Southern California has been placed in extreme drought conditions.
We could be facing mandatory water cutbacks once again. The state saw a historic fire season last year that added with drought conditions have firefighters concerned. Dry brush is ready to burn earlier. Add in wind and it can be devastating. Cal Fire says with early funding granted by the governor, they've been able to be proactive, doing things like removing dry brush and fuel from around communities across the state. But they say you should also be prepared.
What people need to be prepared for is really the unexpected, fires that are going to affect communities that may not normally be affected by wildland fires.
Firefighters say you should create defensive space around your home, remove flammable material around your property, and make a plan to evacuate.
The State Fish and Wildlife Office will once again truck millions of young salmon raised at fish hatcheries to the Pacific Ocean. They're predicting rivers the fish use to travel downstream will be historically low and warm due to the increasing drought. Nearly 17 million young salmon will be trucked from 4 fish hatcheries, including the one in Merced, to several coastal areas. Well, county supervisors are having a press conference actually right now about the drought. We'll have a live report in about 25 minutes. Coming up on KSEE Midday.
Where you can watch of some roses or buy something for mom that's not the cliche roses. That's ahead in Weekend Matters.
And my full weather forecast is coming up next. But first, here's a look at your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy.
This room, for 3.5 decades, has delivered important news. Crews on the scene of a huge house fire.
News that's changed our lives.
More West Nile virus this summer. Local stories that have changed us. Local stories that matter.
All from right here, straight to your home.
A new era is coming to KSEE 24.
And you don't want to miss what we're doing next.
3, 2, we're live.
Tonight, the surge in pandemic travel. As some of the restrictions are lifting, how will that impact air travel? Those delivering kindness while fighting hunger in this pandemic.
How are you today?
Very grateful.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Registration is now open for parents seeking to enroll their child in Fresno Unified's free early learning programs, including dual immersion. Children who turn 4 by December 2nd, 2021 can begin pre-kindergarten for the 2021 through 2022 school year. Don't hesitate, register now. Because children who start school early build an important foundation for success. To learn more about registration.org.
I was denied my Social Security disability claim, even though I can't work.
I'm so frustrated dealing with the government, and the last thing I want is some faceless lawyer
on the phone. I want personal attention.
Someone experienced
who knows our
of Robert Ishikawa will fight to get you Social Security disability benefits. Call 559-477-4487. Social Security disability is all we do.
Attention, California. New federal funding of $3 billion is available to help more people pay for health insurance, no matter what your income. How much is yours? Julie and Bob are paying $700 less every month. Dee got comprehensive coverage for only $1 a month. And the Nevadas are paying less than $100 a month. Check CoveredCA.com to see your new lower price. The sooner you sign up, the more you save. Only at Cover California. This way to health insurance.
21 exceptional young women excelling in academics, athletics, community service, and leadership. Join KSEE 24 in the Junior League of Fresno for the Senior Girl Athlete Scholarship Awards. Education matters, so let's honor these young women. May 5th at 7 p.m. on KSEE 24. Immediate information from KSEE 24. Download the YourSimpleValley.com app.
right now in Fresno is at 80 degrees already. Dew point at 44 and wind speed looking to be on the calmer side of 5 miles per hour here in Fresno. 3 for Hanford, 6 for Visalia. A little bit more breezy towards Lemoore at 9 miles an hour, as well as up towards the north end of the valley in Merced. Air quality for your Friday, really not too bad for Merced all the way down to Tulare counties, as well as for Sequoia National Park, looking to be moderate. But really the big weather story for today is how warm these temperatures are. We are going to be well above average, between 13 and 15 degrees above average for this time of year. 80 degrees already for Fresno, 81 currently for Madera, 83 for Merced. Towards the South Valley, well, Visalia still in the upper 70s, 80 for Hanford and 83 currently for Lemoore. Getting a look at our forecast highs across the valley, we are going to be well in the 90s from the north end down to the south end being just a little bit warmer than the rest of us. 97 for Visalia, Tulare, and taking a look at Hanford and Lemoore, 96 is the forecast high for today, 94 for Fresno, 96 for Madera and Mendota. Up towards the foothills and higher elevation, if you do want to escape the heat, it is going to be just a little bit cooler up north. Oakhurst 87, Shaver Lake 75 degrees for the forecast high for today, really not too bad, and Yosemite at 80. Overnight lows will drop, but really not where we want them to be. It's only going to be in the mid and in the lower 60s right here. Fresno, 62 overnight low for Fresno, 59 for Hanford, 58 for Tulare, and 59 for Visalia. Up towards the foothills and higher elevation, really the same weather picture. 52 overnight low for Yosemite, 61 for Oakhurst, and 51 for Shaver Lake. I do have forecasted that our overnight lows really aren't going to drop down this low until about 3 to 6 a.m. on your Saturday morning. Live radar is showing mostly clear conditions. Earlier this morning, we did see a little bit of cloud coverage, but that has since cleared on up. Just taking a look at the futurecast later on this afternoon and evening, well, we could see a little bit of high elevation cloud coverage around 5 p.m. today from the north end to the south, but really it is going to build a little bit, but it really isn't going to give us much relief from the heat. So overnight into your Saturday morning, really take a look at this. Cloud coverage from the north end down to the south, as well as for the higher elevation, but it is going to be short-lived. So this is Saturday morning around 8 a.m. Take a look at this. By 10 a.m., completely clear conditions, and it is going to be mostly clear and sunny for your Saturday and Sunday. And good news today, well, you know, we're going to be bit cooler in the 80s. So first, laying this all down in the solar forecast, you are going to notice a trend. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, these numbers really do look good, which implicates that it's going to be sunny for the next couple of days. And this is brought to you by Renewable Solar. So overall, you get the trend. Sunny conditions, warm conditions, but at least we won't be battling the 90s too long. Today, 94, it is getting hot. And then good news, overnight low dropping down to 62 by Saturday, 86, breezy and cooler, still above average, but I mean 86 is much better than 94. By Sunday, 83, still getting a little bit cooler, and then, well, we will be back in the 90s sooner rather than later. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all in the mid to lower 90s with lows in the mid to lower 60s. And as always, for more weather updates, be sure to head on over to our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Kaylee. Well, the weekend is finally here. We're so close to our weekend. And there's plenty of things that you can do around the valley.
Yeah, we got, what, 47 minutes? We're getting all dressed up to watch the Kentucky Derby, to heading out to an outdoor art festival. Here's our Weekend Matters report. And they're off. The Kentucky Derby is back in its traditional spot on the first Saturday in May, and a new spot is the place to be to watch the Derby this weekend. The Modernist in downtown is hosting a Kentucky Derby party. Come dressed in your finest hat or fascinator or seersucker suit to sip on mint juleps and watch the race on KSEE 24. Before you run to place your bets on the ponies, saddle up to your computer and get your tickets to the Grizzlies. Single game tickets for the Grizzlies season go on sale online Friday for all their games, starting with the home opener May 11th. Tickets are limited due to COVID restrictions. gift from a mom and pop local shop. Check out the Mother's Day pop-up shop at Crow and Wolf Brewing Saturday from 10 to 2. A slew of local shops will be selling their wares, and you can snack and sip to your heart's content from local bakeries and the Clovis. Another way to support local small businesses this weekend is by heading over to the Scent of Place Fine Art Gallery on Van Ness, where they're hosting an outdoor art festival all weekend. Tents will be filled with fine art, wood carving, jewelry, and more.
All come to this happy place. Welcome. Disneyland is your land.
The gates to the Magic Kingdom are open. Disneyland is welcoming visitors more than a year after shutting down because of the pandemic. Only Californians can visit, and you need reservations. Guests older than 2 must wear face coverings and entering the park. But hey, it's Disneyland. Still get to go.
Yes, you still feel all the magic when you're in there. You get one of those Mickey Mouse ice cream, which I forgot to get when I was there.
You didn't get one? I guess.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I guess that's an excuse to go back.
Probably too many adult beverages, I guess. I don't know.
You can still have an ice cream with an adult beverage.
That is true.
Coming up on KSEE Midday.
If you're looking for a job and Dota's First Candidates Farm is hiring, we'll tell you how to light up your career next.
After a suspicious
that Stephen shook this baby.
The mother's pregnant again.
It scares me that they're having this baby. It's terrifying.
New Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KSEE 24.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So, Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone. Call now.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Learn how you can help at casatolerico.org.
It's the final days of Mystique Medical Spa's semi-annual online spa night sale. Get the best prices of the year on all their products and services at MystiqueMedicalSpa.com. Botox Cosmetic as low as $847 a unit, and get Juvederm XC for only $442 a syringe. See the savings and shop now at MystiqueMedicalSpa.com. Mystique Medical Spa, because you deserve the best.
Spin class was brutal. I bet. Hey, don't forget to check your blind spots.
No worries. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot.
I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you.
Current eligible non-GM lessees. Get this low-mileage lease on this 2021 Buick Envision for around $289 per month. Visit SenCalBuick.com today.
Hi, folks, we're back, and we're here to remind you if you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much money you can get for your accident and how quickly. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. Call now.
This is KSEE 24 News Midday.
As more states loosen COVID restrictions, more people are dining out again.
During the pandemic, restaurants didn't have a lot of customers. Now they don't have enough employees. Restaurants nationwide are facing shortages. Many of their workers found other jobs when restaurants shut down last spring. Others prefer to stay home and collect government benefits.
Are there some folks who are earning more money on unemployment with the federal bonus right now? Absolutely. But there's also people that can't afford to work and need to be on unemployment because their kids aren't still back in school.
The shortages are forcing restaurants to shortening their hours, while others are only open for a few days a week. Owners remain hopeful that workers will eventually come back so business can return to normal.
It'll be interesting to see because a lot of people did get other skills, so maybe they're not going to be working in the service industry or restaurants.
Unemployment benefits, it's other skills.
If you are looking for work, want to use some of those new skills you got during the pandemic, here's some positions open right now in the job corner. Alaska Airlines, they need a customer service agent at the Fresno Airport. City of Fresno is hiring a call center representatives. And Rosari Ford and Merced, they need an appointment scheduler. They need someone to put those appointments in their books. You can find these listings and more at our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Just click the tab that says jobs. If you're looking for a pretty dope job, Mendota's first cannabis farm is hiring.
Crews broke ground on the 59-acre Boca del Rio farms earlier this month. It's looking to hire over 80 workers at a job fair tomorrow. Planting is expected to start in June. Cannabis experience is not required. The job fair runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Mendota Community Center.
And when you go there, do not forget to bring your papers, your resume, and your cover letter. That's
got it. Can't forget.
And don't roll them up. You got to have them nice and flat.
Yes. Coming up on KSEE Midday.
How to do some spring cleaning with your phone.
Allard's Art is your local source for all of your drawing and painting needs, from blank canvas to professional framing, plus the Valley's largest assortment of fine pens. Allard's Art on Blackstone and Barstow.
For more information on this business, go to yourcentralvalley.com and click on Central Valley Local.
At Way of the Fist, classes are in full session. Training in the arts of boxing, karate, and jiu-jitsu. Head coach David Davis uses his 55 years of experience to instruct new and returning students in technique, discipline, and respect. Way of the Fist is hard work as the basis for success. Join our classes with all safety precautions in force and limited class size. Way of the Fist, minutes away in Selma, worlds away in the arts of boxing, karate, and jiu-jitsu.
Toyota's Make It Your sales event is on now. Get in today to save on your new Toyota.
1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Don't miss out. Get up to $1,750 cash back on Camry or choose 0% APR. 2,500 months on Corolla, or get up to $2,500 cash back.
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
It's time to make it yours. Now, Toyota, let's go places.
No one really thinks about it until it does break. Springs do go bad. Matter of fact, today I've already done 2. We usually do on average probably 6 a day. At Precision, we want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable and safe. It's easy to identify us through our van. We never hire subcontractors. We are all fully certified. No, I'm not an actor, not at all. I'm a garage door service tech, and happy to be so.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Addiction affects each person differently, and sometimes life's responsibilities like work and family can make it hard to get the help you need. That's why the professionals at First Steps Recovery developed the First Steps Outpatient Treatment Program. Experience while still being able to handle your daily responsibilities with options of both an online or in-person outpatient program. Addiction is challenging, but getting the help you need doesn't have to be. Call First Steps today or visit us online at firststepsrecovery.com.
Reddington's lying. This machine can prove it.
Elizabeth has my cipher. This could finally prove that Reddington's a Russian agent.
Friday, a star with a killer role.
Oh my God, that's a 38.
And a true Hollywood twist.
My jaw hit the floor.
An all-new Dateline tonight.
Samsung unveiled their new line of laptops inspired by our favorite smartphone features.
Rich DeMiro shows us how the new PCs seamlessly link with your Galaxy.
Inspired by some of our favorite smartphone features.
They are really jaw-droppingly slim.
Gizmodo's Sam Rutherford went hands-on.
I was kind of stunned by just how thin the design is and really how portable and how easy to travel with.
Premium model.
These new laptops.
2 new premium models, the Galaxy Book Pro and the Pro 360 with a touchscreen that folds back. The laptops run Windows, have speedy 5G and cellular available, and lots of places to plug stuff in, including memory cards.
Samsung is actually pretty smart to kind of go a little bit above and beyond in terms of normal port selection.
The same charging cable works for laptop and Android phone. Samsung says the battery can last up to 16 hours. The screen's higher quality than your typical laptops.
Much brighter colors on the display than you would from a traditional LCD display.
There are filters to make you look better on video chat and dedicated keys to instantly disable mic and camera. And with 68 million gadgets in their Galaxy Find network, you should be able to locate your lost items with the help of crowdsourcing.
I'm not really entirely sure where the drive is coming from, but there is sort of this race for a lot of the big manufacturers to come out and help people try to locate and find their devices if they get lost.
You have to transfer all your files to an external hard drive, then copy it over to your new computer. Not anymore.
Samsung bringing their Smart Switch software to laptops for easy transfers.
It almost feels like the closest thing you can have to, a really cohesive, ecosystem between your phone and your laptop outside of Apple's Mac iOS kind of, walled garden that they got going on over there.
Samsung's new laptops start at $550, but the top-of-the-line models will cost more like $1,000. They are available May 14th. If you want to learn more about them, you can go to my website. It is richontech.tv. I'm Rich DeMuro, and you are Tech Smart.
Oh my gosh, I prefer PC mic myself, but
Well, it's that dreaded time of year again. The annual spring cleaning, but while you bust the dust in your house, it might also be a good idea to do some digital decluttering.
Yeah, you got to delete all those selfies.
All the selfies that I take.
The 9 pictures you didn't use besides you put up. Curbing your digital hoarding habits can be a good first step in your virtual spring cleaning. Nixing unused apps and accounts and backing up photos with an automatic system such as iCloud or Google Photos. Once you've cleaned out the inside of your devices, you might want to deep clean the outside, but avoid harsh chemicals.
Using a microfiber cloth can come in handy there to make sure you're not scratching anything. You want to stay away from glass cleaner because that might seem like a good fit for those shiny devices, but it can often lead to damage.
If you're looking to get rid of old devices, gathering dust, retail buyback programs from Apple, Best Buy, Amazon can pay you to upgrade, or you can use a resale app. There's even a market for old TV remotes, some fetching around 20 bucks on eBay.
My phone has a lot of buildup of...
Okay.
It's pretty gross, but I know not to use glass cleaner now.
There you go.
Learned something.
Coming up on KSEE Midday, how did you get makeup on your...
Because when you hold your phone up, it touches my face. My face is piled on with makeup right now. What more VP Pence had to say in his first speech since leaving office.
He's here bright and early, and so is his personality. He's your morning sunrise anchor, ready to brighten your day. You can find him right here on KSEE 24. Brody Logan, weekdays on KSEE 24 Sunrise.
Your health matters. That's why I started Buddy Check 24 years ago. Every month, I'll keep reminding you to call your buddy for life-saving self-exams. Go to yourcentralvalley.com and download our app. Celebrate 24 years of Buddy Check 24.
Burgundy lawyers took out for me because I walk into the office and I have a good impression from the beginning. Burgundy lawyers actually advised me to go ahead and take my time, do not rush to judgment in regards to my injuries, keeping me updated on my case. Only way, but it's the right way.
A door is a big deal. It can make or break the outside look of your house. It's kind of one of those things that I personally take pride in, with making sure that the people make the right decision.
Precision is an excellent company. We had an idea of what we wanted, but we weren't sure exactly how to put it together. And when we drive up and we look at those doors, that's like everything. We highly recommend Precision.
When you put a new custom door in, you're essentially everybody's new favorite neighbor.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Carl, what have you done?
Think anyone will notice? Yeah.
If you ride, you get it.
Yeah, they will.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Today's health crisis has made keeping your company compliant more challenging than ever. HR Mobile Services is... We assist with compliance, policies and procedures, and more. Let HR Mobile Services help you create a safe and compliant workplace so your employees can focus on their work and you can focus on your business. Bigger. Call HR Mobile Services. Here for you 24/7.
Local news that matters. This is KSEE 24 News Midday.
Welcome back. You are in store for a very warm Friday. The Friday forecast is well above average, between 15 degrees higher than normal. But first, let's look right outside. You'll be looking right outside our KSEE 24 studio sky cam thanks to our Valley Cam. Here's a look right outside our KSEE 24 studios here in Fresno. Mostly clear condition. Earlier this morning, we did see some high elevation cloud coverage, but our temperature cleared on up and our temperatures are warming up. They are very reflective of that. Current temperature right now in Fresno, 80 degrees. Humidity is at 28%, which is on the lower side for today. Winds 10 miles an hour for Merced, and towards the South Valley, all below 10. But really, the big weather story for today is how warm it is going to be. Like I mentioned, parts of the valley will be average between 13 to 15 degrees above average. For us in Fresno, lunchtime 85 and mostly sunny. In this early afternoon, 94 and warm it up. I am forecasting us to hit 94 around 4 p.m. today, and then even later on in dinner time between 5 and 7 p.m. 92 degrees, still in the 90s. Late night dinner between 7 and 8, it is still going to be warm. Now this forecast is also reflected for the first Clovis Farmers Market that is going to be going on this afternoon between 5 and 8 today. It's going to be warm. You'll definitely want to stop and get some iced tea while you're out there. Here's a look at some forecasts for the rest of the valley. 94 is the forecast high for today in Fresno, 96 for Madera, 94 for Merced, and towards the South Valley in the mid to upper 90s as well. There is a slight elevation. Oakhurst a little bit warmer. 97, but Shaver Lake 75, not too bad. When you're out there, it's going to be warm, but still better than 94 here in Fresno. Overnight lows will drop once again into the mid 50s and the mid to low in the 90s. In the day, guys, over to you.
Well, the state's drought conditions are making it tough for Valley farmers to grow the food we eat. Today's Central Valley state lawmakers on both sides of the political aisle came together to declare a local drought emergency.
Adrian Thomas is live at Heartland Ranch with the latest.
Brody, Caroline, a coalition of bipartisan state senators joined local leaders and local farmers in declaring a drought emergency here in the Central Valley. Officials from Fresno, Madera, Kings, and Tulare counties are putting pressure on Governor Newsom by making this announcement. Now, this comes after an April 7th letter made up of the same bipartisan group of state senators called on Governor Newsom to declare a statewide drought emergency. According to the lawmakers at this morning's news conference, a statewide drought emergency would relax certain environmental regulations to deliver water more quickly to Central Valley farmers. ago, Governor Newsom declared a regional drought emergency in Sonoma and Mendocino counties. This is just one of the reasons why Central Valley state lawmakers are speaking out today.
He to issue the prevailing science and data demonstrate the urgency of this very moment.
Now, I asked Senator Borges later on in the news conference if he has had any direct one-on-one communication with Governor Newsom about this issue. He said he hasn't, but he has talked to staff in the administration. Coalition is being heard, but that there is no sign of a statewide drought emergency declaration being made anytime soon. We'll have more on this story later on this evening right here on KSEE24. Reporting in Fresno County, Adrian Thomas, KSEE24, local news that matters.
All right, thank you, Adrian. Former Vice President Mike Pence is pushing the Republican agenda.
Pence made his first public speech since leaving office last night in South Carolina. He highlighted the accomplishments of the Trump administration and laid out his positive agenda for the Republican Party. Pence slammed President Biden's first 100 days in office, saying the time has come for Americans devoted to faith and faith back America.
After open border, plans for higher taxes, a bigger welfare state, more government, defunding the police, abandoning the right to life, canceling our most cherished liberties. I've had enough.
Proud for the honor of serving the country in the second highest office, calling it the greatest privilege of his life.
Under pressure from the U.S., Mexico is seeking to boost border enforcement. Soldiers, the National Guard, Marines, and police officers are now all trying to deter migrants from heading to the U.S. Some fear those who venture off the beaten track will fall prey to criminals. As we get a glimpse of a return to normal, some health officials are warning against letting our guard down.
New York City is looking to fully reopen by July 1st with fewer infections and now more than 6 million vaccinations. The one-time epicenter of the pandemic is keeping COVID under control. But the other side of the nation, Oregon, is still deep in its fourth surge. Hospitalizations have nearly doubled in the last 2 weeks, and several counties.
Business was picking up, and just like last time, then we get shut down. It takes the wind out of the sails.
Health officials say that the current crisis in India is a sign that the global fight is to take precautions. Well, you can now get a COVID shot at any Rite Aid in California. The chain recommends scheduling appointments in advance, but walk-in appointments will also be available on a limited basis.
Planes carrying the first emergency U.S. aid arrived in New Delhi today amid another increase in coronavirus cases in the country, a country that has just had constantly increasing cases. India has reported more than 18.7 million since the pandemic began, second only to the United States. $100 million worth of items, including 1,000 oxygen cylinders, 15 million N95 masks, and 1 million rapid diagnostic tests. After more than a year of turbulent waters, cruise ships could set sail once again from U.S. ports by mid-July.
The CDC banned voyages last March due to the pandemic, but most of the major cruise lines have been cleared to sail from Europe, Asia, and the Caribbean. The cruise line industry has been working on its own safety protocols. Official Americans back on the open waters.
It's been 14 months that this industry has been shut down. 14 million passengers, American passengers per year, have not had a chance to sail. The economic impact
originates from U.S. ports, and nearly half of all passengers are American. Miami is the busiest port in the nation. They are reporting a revenue loss of $10 to $12 million every month ships have been docked. Ooh, that's a lot. Well, at least 45 people are dead after a stampede at a religious festival in northern Israel.
Last night, tens of thousands of people went up a mountain to mark Jewish holiday. Coming down the mountain, they passed, which at one point went around a sharp corner and down a flight of stairs. And at that corner, there was confusion and overcrowding. People were trampled underfoot.
We were standing and waiting for our friends. We were going to go inside for the dancing and stuff. And all of a sudden we saw paramedics from MADA and whatever running by like mid-CPR on kids. And then one after the other started coming on.
This was since the is kind of criminal negligence. For just 6 years, Texas teen Austin Smith will represent Team USA in the women's shotgun skeet during the Summer Olympics.
And while her accomplishments may seem astonishing and accuracy has been set sky high.
Shoot for the stars. So if you fall, you'll land on a cloud.
It's just that I've been working so hard for the past few years to get to this point, and just to be among all those other amazing women.
At just 18 years old and a senior in high school, Austin Smith qualified for the Tokyo Olympics in shotgun skeet in March of 2020.
It was a huge surprise. Don't get me wrong there. I will have gotten world records.
The Keller, Texas native's dreams were put on hold when soon after the qualifications, her world went on lockdown due to the pandemic.
It was extremely hard.
For a while, even the shotgun ranges were closed in Texas.
What we did was we do these things called dry gun mounts, which is basically we pretend like we're shooting kind of pretending we're shooting around. So it was hard not being able to actually shoot on a field.
Austin kept her eyes on the prize and the skies to stay sharp.
My coach has taught me, Vinny, we both say that our sport is.
The Summer Games postponed, Smith says she needed another challenge to shoot for. So she enrolled at UT Arlington for aerospace engineering.
I mean, it's given me another thing to focus on since sometimes I'm unable to shoot due to restrictions or anything like that. It gives me another way for me to be determined and to focus on something.
With international fans unable to attend the games, her biggest cheerleader will not be in attendance.
It's been pretty hard, I will say that. Another big shotgun enthusiast like me, he was really excited for me to make the team. But ever since this hit, I haven't really been able to go see him.
Smith hopes at the end of the Olympic Games, looking up into the clouds in Tokyo, will come on an Olympic podium.
It's all about thinking you can do it, seeing, believe.
Celebrate her 20th birthday on July 23rd. It's also the same day as the opening ceremonies for the Olympics. On the journey to Tokyo, I'm Justin Cernsey.
Coming up on KSEE 24 Midday.
We'll show you the shark that traversed the entire Atlantic Ocean.
She's up before the sun to bring you the news while you slept. She's new to our valley and loves morning news. Our new on weekdays on KSEE 24 Sunrise.
We do it all at Closets by Design. Closets, garage, home office, and more.
Take 40% off, plus get 12-month financing and free installation. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
When it comes to insurance, nobody gives you coverage confidence like AAA. Only they offer trusted auto and home insurance, plus America's most recommended roadside. Means they don't need wacky ads with talking animals and, oh my.
Figured out you're a gimmick, huh?
I don't want to be a gimmick.
Confidence from AAA.
You're a gopher.
My husband's name was Alan Mulder. I got a call from a sheriff, which is the kind of call nobody ever wants to get. And they gave me the horrible news that Alan had been killed. But Laura came to my house, and that was the beginning of a relationship that I will never forget. She made all the difference for us.
We have earned the trust of tens of thousands of clients. Justice for you since 1972. Jacoby and Myers.
Life is full of challenges for older adults. At Valley Caregiver Resource Center, we see hope. We're here with the tools you need to take care of your loved ones and take better care of yourself. Valley Caregivers is designed to help families caring for loved ones impaired by chronic ailments. Valley Caregiver provides respite, education classes, legal consulting, support groups, and a personal advocate to walk alongside the caregiver journey. Call Valley Caregiver Resource Center or visit our website for more information.
Really what I love about it, to work with this type of community foundation, faction that that are offering that 30-40% return that really hedges against the rising utility costs that are happening throughout our valley.